just another lesson learned. Your presence makes me feel brand new. When I'm at my worst, for me there's nothing that you wouldn't do. There is no more love to earn. I only have eyes for you. That's how I see. You gave me my voice to worship you. Oh, so I sing. My comforter, my greatest friend. When the others let me go, there is no need to play pretend. No. All the tears I shed in your hands, they fall, and I only have eyes for you, Lord. That's how I see. That's how I see. You gave me my voice to worship you. Oh, so I sing. I only have eyes for you. Oh, that's how I see. It's how I see. You gave me my voice to worship you. I sing.
How do you feel making music in the modern world today? At this point in time, do you feel like, how do you feel about the music industry and being an artist today?
You know what? When you said the modern world, I thought you meant. I was going to say it's exciting because I was thinking of technology and how we still have organic instruments, but also technology that helps us make music. And having so many tools is like so much fun. So that's really, really exciting. But then you said industry, and that's the less exciting part of it. But I try to keep it a very small portion of my energy, and focus on the fact that I'm doing what I've been wanting to do since I was 6, and so it will come with, anything that becomes an industry in a way becomes corrupted.
Yeah.
Once you make a business out of something, it won't be as pure as it could have been. That's my opinion. But what I'm trying to do is be as authentic as possible, focus on the music as much as I can, be aware of the industry, and stay mindful, but and not be naive or gullible, but still preserving the I don't know if it's innocence, but the necessary tools to be an artist, or to keep creating and protecting the art. But I can't make it a general statement, because this industry has people who really care about music.
True.
So I think the goal is to find your people, and then work with those people that you found.
And that idea of finding your people is an interesting idea to me, because I feel like it's really good to find your people who like trust you and support you and build you up. But then I also feel like what can happen if you're only around people that are, if you're around just the same people, like that can also become like a habit in itself.
That's true.
If you're just like in this world with these people.
That's true.
Because like what I do is kind of like I go and I try to find people who are different from me and like learn from them. So I think I'm missing out on some of that like support from like my peers and friends and like community that maybe you have in Paris. But then I've also felt very inspired by going out in the world and finding people that are so much different from me, but then I relate to on some level, who inspire me in some way. So I'm trying to find more of a community here. But most of my inspiration, I think, in my life has come from people who, like unexpected people who are very different from me, or at least have a different background from me or something.
That's amazing. Yeah, I feel it's all about balance, I think, and that's the hardest thing. It reminds me of there's this philosopher that I like. He's not an ancient philosopher. His name is Charles Pépin, and he has a podcast, and he also writes books. And that reminded me of him because he talks about the comfort zone, how it's necessary. He's not the only one to talk about that, but a comfort zone or a community or a space where you feel supported and secure is necessary to explore the world and go actually find the things that are different from you, or the people that are so different from you, because that's the platform that you need to be like, okay, this is my safe space. I know I have this place to come back to after I've ventured out in the world, in the unknown, and he talks about expanding your comfort zone. So he says, don't protect where you are, or don't stay in your community, but just have them as a support to go and explore. And then when you feel like you're on shore, or you're in a territory that's too foreign, you know where to go back. But yeah, just this dichotomy of outside and, or like, yeah, having a community but still meeting different people. I think it's necessary to have both. I don't really know how to. Get back to when it started. My heart was guarded. I was acting night and day. You're not a man or just a lie, or break your promise, or break my heart, or play hard to get. But I was tired of trying. Use in his eyes, I thought he'd be harmless. Here we are. I'm better in your arms, Lord, in your shadow. Next time I'll know. I wanna start over. Can we just start over? I wanna start over. I feel myself getting older. The fire's not burning the way it used to be. Don't want my heart to grow cold. Chips on my shoulder, they make it heavy and it's hard to breathe. Even just writing these songs, it takes so long. I used to be easy, I don't want anything in between, nothing between you and me, yeah. wanna be closer. Can you bring me closer, Lord? Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. I wanna be closer, yeah. Ooh, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be closer. Let's be closer. Ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be closer. I do. I do. I do. I wanna be close to you. Oh, 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 I do. Ooh, ooh. Oh, oh, ooh. I wanna start over. Being from where I'm from, I especially in the suburbs. I'm from Le 93, so the east side of Paris, is very, very mixed. So we all grew up with different cultures, different backgrounds, and music from everywhere, and so that probably reflects in the music. But because I write in English, I'm not sure exactly how much Paris influences me lyrically. When I write in French, I hear it, I understand that, I listen to a lot of rap music, and I see how that plays a part. And also, I was talking to you about Francis Cabrel, who's also inspired my songwriting. But because I sing in English, I'm not sure exactly how living here inspires me. But maybe because there's all genres of music. There's space for everyone. There's music and art for everyone. So if you're curious to explore one genre of music, there's space to do that here. And so maybe you'll make a kind of music that will be a mix of all the styles and genres.
And you said you spent time in Manchester growing up quite a bit?
Yeah, to visit family.
Yeah.
Definitely inspired my love for rock music. I'm a big fan of British rock and British pop. Loads of British bands have definitely made a mark, left a mark on me and my songwriting and my music in general. I'm a big fan of Arctic Monkeys. I love Metronomy. I love loads of British bands who have a very specific style of writing. It's my big brother who put me on to rock music first. But yeah. British music is a much clearer influence for me. Even singers like Leanne La Havas, they've taught me a lot. Amy Winehouse, a lot of that has to do with who I am as an artist today.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I can hear that in your music. But like, I hear that like maybe it's an influence, but still you sound completely like you're your own thing. Like you're not.
Thank you so much.
Trying to be anyone else or anything like that. I don't think that's what when I first heard you in the car a month ago. I was like, sounds super like authentic and unique. Like,
thank you.
What you're doing.
Thank you so much. I enjoy that because I think it takes time to find your own sound. I think for a long time I was trying to sound like this person or this other person, and I think that's just the process that you go through to then be your own self, and you can notice what this part of you comes from, who influenced you to do this or that, but ultimately I don't listen to my own music a lot, but I'm really happy when I hear that there's patterns or there's things that I recognize I do specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that happen sometimes where like you notice those patterns after the fact, like it was an intuitive
Yeah.
inspiration versus like you being like, oh, I really like that drum sound, so I'm gonna try to mimic that exactly. Sometimes I feel like maybe those like inspirations are like intuitive, like they're in you somehow, even though you're not like always
Right.
thinking about them.
Yeah.
I guess that probably happens a lot with music, right? With like
I think so.
things that you grew up listening to that are like in you somewhere,
Right.
but you're not actively always thinking about.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. But I remember there was someone recently, some music executive told me to be careful. I don't know what to do with that information, but he was saying certain things come, so you can kind of grow a certain habit of singing a certain way, or find yourself repeating the same patterns and maybe try and explore something different, because maybe that could get boring. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's just I'm trying to keep my signature style, but also explore different ways of doing things and renewing my sound maybe, so that I don't keep myself in a box or stay exploring. Is your new experience of Paris clashing with your former one when you were younger, or?
In some ways, maybe, but I think it's more just nuanced, like more real. Before it was just like the dream of like a lot of people have of Paris, and like seeing it in like American movies like that how they view this city, which is like a good way to see the city. I think I feel inspired, I think, by tourists who like look at the world like with like awe and envy when they're walking through Paris. I've lost that a little bit, I think, but I used to be more so like that. But I think it's a good way to see the world. So
definitely.
What about you, being here for most of your life? Do you feel like it's all like very normal, maybe, like the history and the art and the architecture and those kinds of things?
To be honest, I think I try and practice awe and amazement. There's times I don't enjoy living here, so it's difficult to see the beauty in this place, but the architecture always kind of it's always a thing where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a very special place, and the history as well. There's so much history, so much art that I don't take that for granted. That's the thing that really keeps me loving this place. And yeah, there's some areas in Paris when I don't enjoy being here, I'll go to this specific place and be like, just to have just to remember how special it is. But yeah, one of my friends from the US came not too long ago, and just walking around, even in my small town, walking around with her and seeing her notice things that I don't notice anymore, that kind of refreshed my eye, if I can say so. And yeah, just being with people who are new will definitely make me fall more in love with the place.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about having a kid.
Oh
is
yeah.
he like just like smells the flowers, that phrase, like when you go on, as like adults, I feel like we're like on a mission to like do something and get somewhere, but he's just like happily like picking flowers and doing kid things.
I know.
And that's like I think that's a good way to live, to like try to be grateful for like the moment and see the beauty in everything surrounding you versus being so much like on a mission, thinking about the future so much.